What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. I am joined in Vietnam by my friend Keon Torres, and we're going to ask him a few questions. So, can you just tell us a little bit about yourself and how you ended up in Vietnam?
Okay, so I was born and raised in New York City. I'm 33 years old. I'm a hip hop artist. I did some acting, I did some modeling, but my main passion is music. It's always been music since I was 13 years old. I've been recording professionally since I was 15 years old. I dropped out of high school just to do that, to pursue my dream. Never went to college. Everything was just music. My whole life has just been music, and music has led me to other opportunities like acting, modeling. I worked with alcohol companies. I made a lot of connections. I even hosted some networking events back in New York. But yeah, music's my whole life, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
awesome, awesome. And how did you end up in Vietnam?
Oh yeah. So Vietnam, I came here back in April. I only been here for like a week, and I thought it was gonna be like very bad because I know during the war and all that. They had a war with America, so I'm thinking like, oh, I'm gonna go to Vietnam. I was very ignorant. Oh, I'm gonna go to Vietnam. They're gonna hate me as an American, even though I'm gonna tell them I hate America too. Don't worry, I'm happy you guys won the war. And I came here and it was so lovely. The people were so humble, so nice. Showed me a lot of hospitality, and I was like, I need to come back here longer because I was only there for like a week, and then I went back to Tokyo, Japan. By the way, today is my 200th day leaving New York City, leaving the United States for good and never going back. And oh man, I love Southeast Asia, and I had to come back to Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam, Saigon. And I love it here. I'm here for a good 3 months, and I even plan to come back next year in January for another 3 months. I'm just gonna keep bouncing around Asia.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely a great place to be, right?
I love
So
it.
many opportunities
I
here.
love it. And amazing vegan food. Amazing, delicious vegan food. If you're vegan, this is vegan paradise. Trust me.
Right, right. Yeah, I'm curious about that as well, the vegan. So,
Oh, yeah,
were you
absolutely.
always a vegan or did you
Oh yeah,
transition?
yeah. 10 years vegan. 10 years. I have a love for animals. I care about the environment. I'm a big. I'm just a huge animal advocate. I care about the earth. I want to make sure climate change and all that. That's very real, especially with all the natural disasters going on in the world. Back in Bangkok, I survived like I believe it was a 7.7 magnitude earthquake, and I was on the 36th floor. I was in one of those high-rise like luxury buildings that cost like $500, $600 USD, and I'm thinking, oh, this is nice. I got the infinity pool upstairs. Out of nowhere, it started shaking, and I was like, I saw the infinity pool like literally splashing over my window, and I was like, holy shit, I'm gonna die. But luckily, I ran down the stairs, 36 floors, mind you. I did a lot of cardio, so luckily my cardio is good, and I survived, and I got all my stuff afterwards. That was a crazy day, but like we need to take climate change and like natural disasters very seriously. Yeah.
Yeah, crazy. And also, I've seen on your Instagram that you've traveled a lot around the world.
Oh yeah.
So maybe you can tell us about some of the countries you've been and
Oh yeah,
yeah, a
yeah.
little bit about that.
Tokyo, Japan. Well, Japan overall is number one for me. I've been going there a few times. There's a huge vegan community over there. I even take some vegan cooking classes. Shout out to Tokyo Veg Kitchen, my homegirl Meg. She's like the head chef there, head vegan chef. Check her out. But yeah, Tokyo, Japan. I always felt a connection with Tokyo. My last two albums, my album from 2016, 14, 12, and then also my recent album, Petty with Heartbreak, has like a Japanese concept. I always had a love for Japanese culture. Either it's anime, manga, Japanese pro wrestling, like New Japan Pro Wrestling, because I'm a huge pro wrestling fan as well. And like samurai culture, just ancient Japan overall, like the history of it. I always felt a huge connection since I was a kid, and I thought, me coming from humble beginnings, like I'm from the hood. I grew up in Harlem, New York. I thought I would never like get the chance to go there, but when I finally did, I was blown away. I loved it even more, like the culture, the people, and I just felt so connected. And, Japan is a culture about respect, and I'm a man that values a lot of respect. So, just being there, I felt just such a huge connection for Japanese culture, Japanese people, and just everything that's traditional about Japan.
Yeah, Japan is a beautiful place. I've been there too, and it's so unique. You know, when you're there, you feel
Yeah,
the
yeah.
culture 100%.
Yeah. Have you been to Kyoto?
I've been to Kyoto. Yeah, yeah.
Kyoto is like ancient Japan. I recommend Kyoto, Japan. Like it's just like it takes you back through time. Like Tokyo is like an amazing, beautiful city. Like I love Tokyo, but Kyoto is just like you're going back through time, and it's just a magical place. Like I felt like I was gonna just see a dragon out of nowhere. That's how magical it is.
Yeah, that's the beauty of Japan. Each city has its own unique vibe, right? And you feel it in Kyoto. All the ancient temples,
Yeah.
all the places you go. It's great. Yeah. I'm also curious about your background. So you said you grew up in New York.
Yeah, yeah,
A little
yeah.
bit about your childhood and maybe just life in America. And
Oh yeah, so I grew up a very different life from everyone else. I didn't grow up the traditional life with two parents. Like both of my parents had me very young at 17 years old. That's like typical like hood stuff. Like a lot of like, parents in the hood, they have their kids young. So like my father, he's a deadbeat, and my mom was, I seen her more as a sister. So her mother, my grandmother, may she rest in peace, was the one that raised me. And my grandma had a tough life. She was a stripper back in the day, very beautiful Chinese woman, but she was adopted, so she didn't like grow up in Chinese culture. She was adopted by this black and Portuguese family. So like she had a like hard, tough life. Like she's like been on drugs, but like she cleaned herself up and then ended up like doing the street hustle. I'm not gonna give too much, but yeah, she did what she had to do to protect and provide for me. Like she was both mom and dad for me. So my grandma like showed me how to hustle, but not in the streets, more like how I do my music, like
mindset.
the mindset of it, exactly. Yeah. So I only had my grandma like growing up, and then I had to like mature and age quickly. I had to become an adult very fast in my life. That's why I decided to take the music route, because I didn't want to be in that environment anymore. I've seen a lot of shootouts, drug dealing, prostitution, all that. That's been a whole part of my life. It's very different from what the normal person in America goes through. Yeah.
interesting backstory. Yeah, yeah. And I guess one of the things that I saw on your Instagram was the hashtag realistic verbalize.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe you can tell us a bit about that.
Oh, yeah. So I've been saying that since high school, since my freshman year of high school. So realistic verbalize, the backstory with that is back in the day, a lot of people used to say real talk in New York. Like, yo, real talk. A lot of like gang members, Bloods and Crips are like, yo, I'm for real talk. So I was like, I want to say it like with more vocabulary. So I looked up like other words that sound like that. So I was like, I like realistic. It means real. And then verbalize means talk. So I was like, realistic verbalize. Funny story, I was like taking the number 2 when I thought of it. And I was like, oh, this is perfect. I'm just going to say this, use this. This is before like hashtags were cool. I just always like put it at the end. This was like during the early Facebook days. So anything I wrote, especially like a Facebook post or a Twitter tweet, I would just put that at the end. Instead of a period, I would just put realistic verbalize whatever I said. Plus, people would know my page wasn't hacked. So if I didn't put realistic verbalize, that means my page was hacked.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. I love that. Yeah,
Yeah.
And just one more question, I guess, about your like goals and ambitions for the future. So, what do you hope to achieve in life and like and grow and
So,
with your music and anything
oh
else?
yeah, absolutely. So I definitely want to spend the rest of my life in Southeast Asia. Definitely 100% Japan, but Vietnam is. I always say Japan is 1A, Vietnam's 1B. So I want to open up a vegan restaurant. I want to be a vegan chef. I want to open up a cool, trendy vegan restaurant in Tokyo, but make it like New York style. I have so many ideas for it. So that's my goal. That's why I've been taking vegan cooking classes at Tokyo Veg Kitchen. I'll definitely give you the Instagram handle for that to plug them in. And yeah, so I just want to be a vegan chef, marry a beautiful Asian woman, whoever she is, have a family, have kids, like something I never had growing up. Because like again, my life was very different. I didn't have like the perfect life, as they say, and I want to change the direction of my life. So I definitely want to do that. I'm always going to be a music artist. Music is who I am. It's in my blood. Um, I have 2 albums, like I said. I have my album 1412. That's my first album back in 2016. And I have my recent album that I just dropped this year in March, Petty with Heartbreak, on streaming services, Spotify, Apple Music. But if you can purchase it on Bandcamp or iTunes, I would really appreciate it. Because, all these streaming companies, they make billions of dollars off of our blood, sweat, and tears as artists. And, we make less than a penny from royalties. So support the music artists, not just me, but every music artist out there. Whoever you like, purchase their album instead of streaming it. I'm a big advocate of that. But yeah, I'm working on my 3rd album too, Tokyo Girl. That's going to be my third album, and I want to record that in Japan, of course. I have a whole beautiful concept album that I'm gonna work on for that. So Tokyo Girl is gonna be my third album, and yeah, music is always gonna be a part of me. I'm never gonna retire from it, and I also love performing as well. I take performing very seriously. You know how a lot of artists like they have like their vocals on the track and they just like perform over their like backing like TV soundtrack vocals. Me, I'm very serious. I use my actual voice when I perform. So even if I'm losing my voice, I'll still give it my all. So performing, I take very seriously. So if you ever see me having a show somewhere, check me out. Or if you want to book me for your show, I'll send you my EPK. But yeah, so yeah, music's my whole life, and yeah, I'm just gonna keep doing that. And I believe in freedom. I believe in living life freely. That's the reason why I'm here in Southeast Asia and live like the matrix that is America and Western culture, because I don't believe in it. I feel like it's a bunch of BS. All of us as human beings, wherever you are in the world, we should live free, happy. Doesn't matter how much money you have. There's a way to do this. Just like do what's best for you. That's my best saying. That's the reason why I'm here, because of my mental health. I was very depressed and unhappy back in New York and America. I was making a lot of money back in New York, but money didn't fulfill my happiness. I always thought it would, especially growing up poor, but I was still miserable. And I was like, all right, I need to get out of this toxic environment. And that's why I'm here in Southeast Asia. And if you're going through something, especially with your mental health, I'm a huge mental health advocate. Just leave your environment. Trust me, there's other beautiful places in the world I highly recommend for you to like live. Wherever like culture you feel connected to, I say just move, pack your bags, and just leave. That's what I did.
Yeah, I love that message. Yeah.
Yeah.
And just lastly, where can people find you? Like your Instagram
Oh
and
yeah,
all
yeah,
your
yeah.
social.
So Instagram, Keon Torres God MC. So that's KeonTorresGodMC. And then TikTok, Keon Torres, same spelling, and X, Twitter, whatever we call it nowadays, Keon at Keon Torres. And my music, Keon Torres, is my real name and my stage name.
Awesome. Yeah. Thank you very much for your time
Oh,
today.
thank you so much,
Appreciate
brother.
it. Yeah.
Thank you, man. This is great. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe, and we'll see you next time.
Make sure you
Peace.
subscribe. Ballistic Verbalize.
Peace.